Hello, my name's Tom Parsons. I'm one of the therapists from the Coventry, Warwickshire and Solihull IAPT service. We're an NHS team that provides psychological therapy for common mental health difficulties such as depression and anxiety. We've decided to put together some short videos to introduce principles and techniques to help us all manage during the coronavirus. When facing a situation that feels threatening and uncertain, such as the coronavirus, emotions like fear and anxiety are completely normal. We can also find ourselves caught up worrying about all sorts of things that may be either unlikely to happen, unpredictable, uncontrollable, or even unimportant. And although this too is completely normal, it's often unhelpful and can cause us to feel even more stressed and anxious. So in this video, we're going to look at a simple principle that might help us to decide upon the best way to focus our resources. There are two types of worry that we can experience. The first are practical worries. These are worries about problems that are in some way within our control, that we actively can do something about. The second are hypothetical worries. These tend to be focused on the future and are often worries about something that is either unlikely to happen, unpredictable, falls outside of our control, or simply isn't that important. When a worry pops into our mind, we can respond in one of two ways. We can either choose to invest our time and energy into it, to be proactive and take action in regards to the worry, or we can choose not to invest our time and energy, acknowledge it and let it go. Investing our time and energy in trying to resolve a worry that is hypothetical, for example, what if somebody I love gets the virus, leads to unproductive worry and rumination. The worry is about something that is unpredictable and outside of our control. Investing in this worry is likely to just make us feel worse with very little benefit. In this instance, choosing to acknowledge the worry, naming it as hypothetical, and then letting it go to refocus our attention back on something in the here and now is a much more helpful way to respond. This doesn't mean that the worry simply goes away. It may come back into our mind, and that's completely normal. But each time that it does, simply greet it, remind yourself that it's unhelpful, and then bring your attention back to the here and now. We're not fighting or pushing away all hypothetical worries. That would be impossible. We're simply choosing not to invest any more of our time and energy into them than is absolutely necessary. Choosing not to invest our time and energy into a practical worry, such as I don't have enough food in the house and can't get to the shops right now, might be easier in the short term, but in the long term the problem is likely to persist or even worsen. If our worry is about a practical problem, something within our control, then it is helpful to invest and take action. In this instance, it might be useful to sit down and spend time trying to resolve the problem by listing all the potential solutions and coming up with an action plan. If we try and resolve a practical problem but find there is absolutely nothing we can do to improve the situation, then it might be an indication that the problem is actually hypothetical after all, as it falls outside of our control. The first and most important step in all of this is to notice our worry and then name it as either hypothetical or practical. This can then guide us to the most helpful response. If worries keep coming up for you, then it might be helpful to make a list to remind yourself of the things that fall within and outside of your control. For example, things that we can control right now are following guidelines on social distancing and hand washing, shopping responsibly, staying in touch with friends and family, cooking healthy meals, sticking to a good routine, and keeping active while inside the house. Things that fall outside of our control are the actions of other people, the response of the government, the possibility that somebody we know becomes unwell, how long social distancing rules will apply, whether or not we get the illness and the severity of symptoms, and the stock that may or may not be in the shops. After you've made your list, spend a bit of time reviewing it and decide where your focus is best directed. I hope that you found this video helpful. Please feel free to share it with others if you think they might also benefit. If you would like more information on the IAPT service, please visit our website www.covwalkpt.nhs.uk
www.thebrightlife.org.uk/IAPT.
Thank you for listening.